Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to set automations or a routine in Google Home for your HVAC system if you have like an aftermarket HVAC, so like an Ecobee, or in my case I have a AirZone Cloud, which because we have a Mitsubishi heat pump HVAC system. So if we go into Google Home here, down at the bottom right you want to hit automations, and this is obviously assuming you have your app or whatever thing you want to control set up. So hit automations at the bottom. Then you at the top right, you want to hit the plus sign. And so basically what I'm going to do is I want to set an automation where I want the HVAC to turn on at a specific time and at a specific temperature. So just an FYI, you can't do those both in one automation or routine. You have to do it in two separate ones. So we're going to do add. Now we want to do automation in the middle here. And here's the options that you have. So name, I'm just going to put 6 a.m. because that's the time I want it to turn on in the morning because it's getting a little bit cold here. So hit back there and it just automatically saves it. Now for what you want to do is you want to go to starters, that first one, hit the plus sign, and I want it to turn on at a certain time, 6 a.m. So hit the schedule at the bottom here. And then you can do time. So let's just do recurring because it's cold. So let's do it every day of the week. So as you can see, all the days of the week are already selected, so I'm going to leave that alone. And then if we go to weekly here, let's keep that weekly. And as we talked about, the time I want at 6 a.m., so click OK. Then you click done at the top right. Now you're telling Google, hey, turn on this, do something at 6 a.m. So I'm pretty simple. I'm not going to do any conditions, but we want an action, so we want the system to turn on. So you hit the actions button, the plus sign. Now we want to go to the device because we want to turn on the HVAC. So go to devices, and I have my HVAC linked. So hit that. And what we want to do is we want to turn on the heat. So we want to go to mode here. So select mode, and we want to hit heat. You can drag that down, and then you hit done. So now I have my schedule set up at 6 a.m. every day, and we want the heating to turn on. Hit save. So what it'll do, at least for my HVAC, is I'm going to have it turn on, and my HVAC basically, when it turns on, it just turns on at the last setting of the heating it was. So if it was 68, it'll turn on at 68. If it was at 70, it'll turn on at 70. So let's say we want it to turn on, but we want it to be at 69. So as I mentioned, you can't do that all in one automation. So step one, we want to turn the system on. And then step two, we want to set it to 69. So if we want to do that, we're going to do another automation now. So hit the plus sign again here at the top right. And we're going to do the same thing over. So we want to hit automation in the middle. We want to hit, I'm going to just put 69 so we know. Okay, go back and it'll save it. So starters, we want to schedule a time. So recurring. And so what I do is to make sure that it's in sequence and not at the same time, like something could be missed, I'm going to set this one at 6:01. So the system will turn on at 6 o'clock. 1 minute later, then it'll change the temperature to make sure that we hit both automations and something doesn't go weird with them going both at once. Like maybe it turns on, but it doesn't see the 69. So we'll do one minute after, and then we should be good. So of course, all the days of the week are selected because we want it to recur every time. So if we go to the top right again, we're going to do done. And then again, we're going to do actions to set. So this time we're going to set a heating set point. So hit the plus sign. You want to hit devices. And then we want to hit HVAC again. And now instead of hitting mode, because we already did that, we want to do a heating set point. So select that in the middle, and then you can set whatever you want. So as I said, I'm going to do 69. So select that, set it for the plus sign, and then basically you can just click out of it anywhere. And now it says set heat point, heating set point 69. Hit done at the top. Now I'm telling it at 6:01, set the heating at 69, and then just hit save. And that's all you need to do. So now I've got two routines set up. One to turn the system on at 6 a.m. at whatever temperature it was last at. And then 1 minute later, I'm having it change the heating to 69 to the temperature I wanted at 6 a.m. And that's it. These are ready to go, and then you just let it go, and at those times it'll turn on. I guess one other note is, let's say you want to use it, but you have it set up, but you don't want to use it today or something, and you want to keep the recurring setting there. So if you want to turn one off temporarily, just go into it. So let's just say we want to turn off the heating set point. So hit that box. And then all you need to do is right here where it says active, inactive, just hit inactive and click save. So now you see it's deactivated. So basically now you have it set up, but it's not going to run until you activate it again. So that way you can just turn it off temporarily for, however long you want, and then you can turn it back on whenever you want. So that's how you do that. That's how you set an automation up or a routine. And you can, play with whatever you want and fix it up the way you want. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know below. And thanks for watching.